Namaste, Soul Family, Star Family, and welcome to all YouTubers from all over the world. Um, Today we're going to be talking astrologically about the sun, and we're going to talk about this is going to be the beginning of the first video of our Planetary Polarity Receptions series. So, without further ado, I've got my small little whiteboard right here, and you can kind of see what's going on here. I'm sure you can make it out a little bit. We're going to be working with that, talking about the sun today. So let's just talk about the sun a little bit before we get there. So the sun in our realm represents our conscious awareness and our conscious actions, right? So our actions, our ability to act, and just anything that we're consciously aware of. So this is where your sun sign becomes so important, right? So we live in a culture that where people, they kind of just like geek out on their sun sign, right, and read their horoscopes and all that. And for the most part, it's pretty true. But then, it doesn't really tell you about the depths and that type of stuff. But it's very important and it's very significant because it's what you're conscious of, right? So you can't really get around it, man. Your sun sign is who you are to a very, very you know large extent because it's your conscious light body, right? Your conscious light body. So the sun would be like the solar plexus of the being that we're in. It's the closest or the largest chakra, nearest to us, right? It's large, right? So there's many different, shout out to Uriel, to the flight boss. um, you know get into talking about the sun not even being hot and just being, the heat that is given off and that we feel being a result of our chakra being close to that large, powerful, influential chakra, right? So these are just fun. These are, these are more subconscious ideas. But right now we're just going to talk about kind of some basic astrology, and we're talking about the planetary polarities. So, that was just kind of a little fun stuff for you. So we're going to get to talking about this real quick. So we got the sun, right? So let's talk about the sun through some of the signs here with the two planetary polarity receptions aspects. So we got the sun. That's the sun right there. And so, as you can see right underneath the sun, I have written that the sun is the ruler of Leo, right? The Leo zodiac sign, the heart of the summer, Leo the lion. This is where the sun is in its rulership, and or dignity. It's in dignity here and it rules here. So this is what Leo is, fixed fire. Very fitting for the sun, right? Fixed fire. The sun is almost like the physical representation, the symbolic representation of a fixed fire that sustains our realm in so many different ways. It's no secret to all of us that our life is dependent in on the sun. 99% of the mass of our solar system, just to get a little left brain with you. So that's the sun right there, ruling Leo, fixed fire, the heart of the summer. Makes sense. The fifth celestial house. So what's the opposite of the fifth house, right? We got the 11th house, so Aquarius. So that's the negative, right? That's the yin to the yang of the rulership. You don't really need to equate them to yin yang as much, but just kind of using them symbolically, metaphorically, because it's like a negative positive. The polarity is what we're talking about. The yin yang duality, polarity and duality is what we're talking about right now. So the opposite side of Leo is Aquarius, right? So fixed air. So that's where the sun is in detriment. So the sun is debilitated here. The sun has extra power, and extra responsibilities in Leo, but it has extra debilitated and pissed off in Aquarius, right? That fixed air. It's all windy and all that stuff. That's where the sun is right now today as I'm making this. Last degree though, 29th degree. So that's the little polarity we're talking about there. So the sun loves fixed fire and hates fixed air, but those are the two yang polarities, or actually, yeah, they're two of the yang polarities of the left and the right brain, right? So the yang polarity of the left brain is the earth, or sorry, the air, right? And then the yang polarity of the right brain is the fire. So we got the air and the fire coming together. So those are both positive polarities when it comes down to it. And the earth and the water would be the negative polarities. And talking ions and all that type of stuff too, man. It gets fun, man. We'll have to get into some science sometime. But for now, we're mainly talking astrology. And so that's that. So now we're going to head on to where the sun is in its exaltation. So if you kind of think, a cool way to think about it is, the rulership is like, if it's your house, right? So you know everything about the house, right? You know all the ins and outs and where everything is kept, right? And the exaltation is more like an honored guest in the house. So the exaltation, a planet has privileges um, that it wouldn't have anywhere else. But it also doesn't have some of the privileges it would have if it was in rulership there. So the sun has powers in Leo that no other freaking celestial body has. Believe that. But in Aries, the sun can do things that no other planet can do anywhere or whatever. The sun is in heaven in Aries. Exaltation is, it's symbolic too, because it's where planets can over exhaust, right? Exhaustation. Exhaustion. There's that. All right, there we go. There we go. There's that left brain. Turning back on. And so the exaltation of the sun is Aries. Aries the ram, cardinal fire, the first celestial house, right? Aries number 1. So it's Mars too. It's the spark of energy of creation, of masculine Mars, right? So it's very hot, dry climate, as well as Leo is too. Those fire signs. So the sun loves to be in fire. The sun loves fire. And Aries and Leo. See, Aries is where the sun and the ego. I guess the sun is really symbolic of the ego in many ways. The solar plexus and the light. All things golden. And in Aries, the sun can shine brighter than ever possible, basically. But in Leo, it can shine longer than ever possible, So think about that. So Aries can get overexhausted from seeing too damn much, man. Best believe it. And just feeling too damn much, being too damn energetic, man. Straight up crash, man. Or damn, just burn yourself out to death, man. Just burn yourself to death, bro. Burn out easy, man. Literally kill yourself from just overexhaustion and just going crazy, man. It's an Aries. Ain't nothing but an Aries thing, baby. All right. So now we're gonna get to Libra, which is the opposite of Aries, right? So Libra's cardinal air. So that's where the sun falls. So sun's in detriment in Aquarius. Sun doesn't like air necessarily. Gemini is whatever, but sun doesn't like Aquarius. Definitely doesn't like Libra. So, so with Libra, the sun is basically rendered useless, if you want to get academic. And it's basically severely debilitated in Aquarius and Libra, but it really can't do much in Libra at all. It's fallen, right? So when a planet's fallen, it's like Dolo says, it's asleep, right? Uriel says it's asleep, but planet's asleep. It doesn't work. Detriment, it's like it works the way it doesn't want to. Fall is like it just doesn't work. You can kind of think of it like that. But they're both not fun placements. The fall, so Libra, cardinal air, right? So initiating and creating ways of how to think and communicate. Whereas Aries would be initiating and creating things, ways of how to see and feel. Leo is fixating upon ways of how to see and feel. Aquarius is fixating upon ways of how to think and communicate. So you got Libras initiating ways of how to think and communicate, right? So the sun doesn't mess with that stuff. We're keeping it kind of PG right now. The sun don't dig that, right? So yeah, man, Libra's all about balance, and the sun is all about, who cares about balance? It's about me. It's about shining, bro. Come on. Does the sun ever dim itself, man? Yeah, like once in a blue moon, literally, when the moon is in right on top of the sun. But even then, the sun doesn't do shit, man. It's just from an Earth perspective, right? The moon is blocking it from our perspective every once in a while. But yeah, the sun doesn't care, man. The sun doesn't care about balance. All the stuff that Libra stands for, the Venus, the balance, the Saturn. The sun doesn't care at all. The sun says, nah, I'm gonna shine. The sun just shines, bro. All right, so I hope you can kind of dig kind of the sun now, man. This we're not getting as deep as we can go deeper, but we're just trying to explain some things from more of an astrological type of basis here, and but we also threw in some more concepts, some more yin, right brain, more abstract type concepts, and we're going to continue this astro topics, man. So keep them coming. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. Hopefully this was helpful. So once again, the four signs that the sun plays out through, or lack thereof. It either does or doesn't play out through. But the four signs that it plays out through, as far as the two planetary polarity receptions we're talking about, are Leo and Aquarius, and Aries and Libra. So it's air and fire, positive polarity signs. We're also dealing fully with cardinal and fixed signs, another fun little thing too. So the sun's dealing with initiating and also stabilizing. So, but it's not dealing with nothing, no negative polarity, earth or water, stabilized or really structured or emotional stuff. Not really messing with that type of stuff. It's more spiritual and more just kind of energetic and things like that. Man, it's gonna be a fun time. Looking forward to the rest of the series. Hope you dug it, man. And let me know what you think. Like, dislike, do your thing, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace to the world.